Okay, this video is going to get very deep and it's probably going to end up being a pretty long video, so sorry in advance for that. It's going to be very open to debate and this video is going to be very opinionated with my beliefs, but any of your beliefs you have, I'd love to hear them if you want to comment them in the comment section. We can get a conversation going about it, but try to not get it into an argument because there's no point. No one knows the true answer, you know, it's all just theories and beliefs. Just to clarify, I'm not depressed or anything like that. I'm actually a pretty happy person. Questions we don't know the answer for that are pretty big questions I love to talk about, so that's why this video is being created. All throughout my life I've been really interested in kind of questions, the meaning of life, how did we get here, why are we here, things like that. And I think it all stems from my love with the universe and researching the universe as a whole, and I'm not lying about any of this. I'd like to think I kind of know what I'm talking about with it. I'll show you this. This is a book I DIY'd when I was a kid. Well, a kid, about 2 years ago. And it's my science book. And it's got everything about the space, solar system. Sorry, they're A4 sheets of paper. I don't know if you can see the text there, but everything from quantum mechanics to the string theory, to Einstein's theory of relativity, to cosmic microwave background. I just love it, and that book's full. So I think my interest in the meaning of life and questions and topics to do with that all stemmed from my love of the universe, because the more you know about the universe, the less you know. So doing all that research led me to kind of ask what the meaning of life was and deep questions like that. Why are we here? What is the point of life? And all this. Not like suicidal thoughts or anything like that, just kind of questioning it, like why are we here? What is the point? And no matter how often I thought about it and how much I tried to use my own knowledge on the universe and stuff to answer them, I just didn't get anywhere. And I figured out that you would never know the answer to it, of course. It's just a question you'll never actually know the answer. Unless something like a miracle happens, it's just always going to be theorised and based off people's beliefs. So I think from there I just kind of thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to create my own meaning to life. And I think that's what we should all do, in a way. Create our own meaning and create our own purpose to life. Whether that be relationships, whether that be family, whether it be a religious reason, whether you think the meaning of life is a trial and how you behave in this life depicts what happens in your afterlife, or whether your meaning to life is travel, and that's mine. My meaning to life and my purpose to life, a main goal that I want to achieve, is travel. I want to experience the world, I want to see it, and then I have a big list of places where I want to go as well, where I want to travel. Not really backpacking travel, more like a 12-month vacation holiday where I see the world. Yeah, a bit more on the luxurious end of the spectrum rather than the travelling and not knowing where else to go next, although that would definitely be an experience and something I would definitely be open to be honest. And I kind of envy very religious people. I'm not hugely religious. I mean, I do kind of believe in a God. I really do. But I don't really go to church. And some people might look at that and think, right, you're not a Christian then. If you don't go to church, you can't believe in God. But I don't know. I mean, my belief goes a different way to the Bible and church and stuff. I just believe in there being a superior being. Kind of helps us out every now and again. I don't really know what I believe, to be honest. It's hard to explain something that you don't quite understand yourself. But I envy really religious people that follow the Bible, because in the Bible they will find their purpose. Whether that be, you know, this life being a trial which will depict what happens in your afterlife, or what. And in that you've automatically got your purpose to life, and your life will be fulfilled if you live by that purpose, you know. And I don't know if even travelling is a real meaning of life. I suppose I've come up with my own definition to the meaning of life as well. I think as a whole, summed up, the meaning of life should be happiness. And however you go about finding that happiness is your meaning. So to me, happiness, a big happiness of mine would be travelling, which would be my purpose. Someone else, it might be relationships and family. They are so important to me as well. I feel like you have to create your own meaning as well. When you get to the end of your life and you look back on your life, If you have goals that you've fulfilled, even a bucket list that you've completed, that feeling of fulfillment will come from completing those things. A lot of people would be happy to live an average, comfortable life, which is fair enough. Good on you. I am jealous of you again. But an average life is just not me. This might sound a bit bad, but I kind of look at people that are now retired and have kind of gone through the main section of their life. I look at them and I just think, how can you be happy with how your life's turned out? And to them, they will be happy. They might be happy with their lives, which is good on them. But from my perspective and how I want my life to turn out, when I look at their life, I just kind of think, you could have done so much with your life. Why didn't you? Why didn't you travel, see the world? Why didn't you take more time doing this? And it's a very biased opinion because I'm just judging their life by how I want my life to be, which isn't right in a way. And they're probably very happy with their lives. But it's just something that I just do it a lot. I kind of look at the lives and I just think, I kind of feel bad for them in a way, and that's not very good, is it, to be honest. And right now in my life, I feel lost. Like some people, follow a path to life, but I don't have a path. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what job I want to have. Every single job that I've looked at, I don't want to do. But I'm going to have to do one thing. This template that society has set out, the rules to live, you've got to go to school, get a job, then you've got to get a job to pay for food and basic human needs like food, shelter, water. Then you've got to keep working to earn that money, and then eventually you'll retire. But then when you retire, you're exhausted, you don't want to do anything, then you just want to chill and relax. And you have to abide by that template that society's left out, because if you don't get money. If you don't get an education, you don't get money. And you need money, like I said before, for shelter and food and spending money on your kids and pets even. In my case, it'll be a lot of pets. And when I always ask people, I ask it a lot, like, what do you regret in your life? And it probably makes them feel a little bit shitty. They never say, I did this when I was younger and I regret doing that. No, and they don't, no, not a chance. They just say, I regret not taking this job opportunity because I was doing this instead. Or I didn't do this out of fear. Like, you just seize every opportunity that you get, basically. There's obviously exceptions, but for the most part, if you have an opportunity that you really want to pursue, but you can't, due to ties back home or due to fear, just do it. You only live once. And I think this is going to be really hard to explain, but I think that every single human being just believes that the world revolves around them. Subconsciously. They don't do it. They don't think, I'm so much more important than all you. Like, they don't think that consciously. But subconsciously, we all kind of hope that we are special. Whether it be that this world is just a figment of our imagination, whether it be that God created you specially. We are all aware of our own consciousness, but we're not aware of other people's consciousness. There is no... Okay, so there's a film called The Truman Show, and it's basically got Jim Carrey in it. And he lives his life like all of us. But then it turns out that everyone in his life is an actor. And his whole life is a TV show, literally a TV show. And everyone else are actors in this TV show, and he's the only one that's not. And I feel like that's how a lot of us kind of live, like we think that we're special. And that it's all going to work out for us. And that our goals are just going to come to us because we're special in life. I didn't quite finish my point because I forgot I was actually trying to make a point. But basically what I was saying with that was that we all think that we're special in life, and human beings as a whole are very special, but individually we're no more special than another human being, and things aren't just going to work out for us. So any goals that you have, you will have to work for. Please don't just expect them to come to you, because they won't. You will have to work for them, but it will be worth it in the end. Literally never give up on your dreams. Very cliche, but true. And with the money that you earn from whatever job you end up having, spend it on experiences rather than things. With experiences and things like that, you can take them to the grave with you, and at the end of your life, when you're on your deathbed, looking back at the life that you lived, you will feel a lot more fulfilled and happy and content with your life when you look back on it and have memories, relationships that you formed, experiences. Whereas spending your money on things, doesn't matter. You know, the only reason you probably bought them was to boost your ego, in this life, but when you're on your deathbed, none of that matters. Things really get put into perspective, I guess. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like they would get put into perspective a lot when you're looking back. And you're really going to look back on that pair of Louis Vuitton shoes you spent £525 on and think, you know what? That's great. That I feel great with myself now. I'm not saying don't spend it on things like that, because hey, I bought the iPhone 7. Did I really need it? Probably not. I could have lived off the iPhone 4S, but I did. But when you have an opportunity to spend it on one thing or another, and one of those is an experience and the other is a materialistic object, spend it on the experience. You'll be a lot better for it. I mean, I do that now in a way. I mean, I spend my money on festivals and experiences and going out with friends, meals and stuff like that, rather than clothes. But I know I spend a lot of money on food, actually. That's a lie. I'm going to change though. I will change. If there's one message I want to spread, it's to live life to its fullest and make the most out of the life that you have. And realise how blessed you are. Like, I'm saying all this, but I do realise how blessed I am. You know, I have shelter, I'm in a room, I have food and drink, more than I could ever need. I have a family that loves me, I have a great set of friends. If you have that, you are so blessed. You know, you don't understand how lucky you are. But at the same time, problems that we face are very subjective. So you can't really look at someone and go, oh, you have depression because your boyfriend broke up with you. There's kids in Africa that are starving. You know, that good one-liner. Because it's subjective. They don't know how it feels to be starving. So how can you expect them to relate to that? How can you expect that person that's just gone through a breakup or lost their best friend to go, you know what, I shouldn't be crying because this kid's starving in Africa? That could work for some people, but not really, because they don't know how it feels. It's very subjective to how you feel about things. So I just kind of wanted to put that out as a bonus point as well that kind of relates to some of the stuff that I've said. These are the motivational quotes. So as you're living life, these quotes are mainly about living life to its fullest. There's only two. One of them's just general. This is kind of one that I created myself. It is probably a quote. I'm not going to be one of those, you know, like, I created this, give me credit. This is just literally something that I thought of one day. If your whole life was being made into a book, so as you live your life, someone's writing it out word for word your whole life. Granted, the book's probably going to end up being like massive. But pretend that people have the time to like read it after you die. And after you die, everyone in the world gets your book. And it's given out to every single human being. Are they going to want to read that book? Or are they going to kind of read it and skip pages and just kind of like, oh god, this is shit, and throw it away? Or are they going to be like, oh my god, yes, like, Jesus, she did that? That happened, you know? As long as your life is being, if you treat your life as a book, you're going to live a really happy life. Because you're going to seize every opportunity that you get, because you can be like, that would be a great chapter in my book. I don't know, just something I thought of. And another quote is, in the end, we only regret the chances that we didn't take. If you ask people what their main regrets are in life, you'll never really hear them say, I did this when I was a kid and I regret it a lot. It'll probably be, I had this opportunity and I didn't take it when I should have done, because if I took it, I probably would be here right now, and like, whatever they might say. So yeah, live life to its fullest and seize every opportunity that you get, basically. And if you abide by them quotes, your life will have meaning. You'll find meaning to your life. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. You won't be watching it up until this point, I highly doubt it. If you are, let me know in the comment section below. Please, if you are watching it now, leave a comment or something, because I will be so shocked. I kind of babbled a bit. Have a beautiful day, and don't forget to stay positive and live life. Bye guys.